So guys,
How, when you look back at this season, what will you take from it? What have you learned?
everything, every day is a new experience. So every day I just go out there and do my job and just learning about how everything goes on that night. I'm just learning every time I'm going out there.
So guys who've had good seasons in this weird 2020 can take a lot from that. What he was just saying, because of the adversity that you faced to be able to perform in spite of all that. Do you take extra pride in being able to do it in what was such a strange season?
I will say yes, more about for like the time that I have in New York before that I cannot really work out and all that. And I'm feeling really proud about the job that I have done this year. But I still have John to, I still have Joe, to still progress in my career and all that. So right now I just feel good about what I have done this year for the team and helping my teammates out too.
What do you want to? What kind of progress do you want to make? Improvements in the off season, in particular.
Uh, I will say just being a better person with myself. That's one of the stuff that I want.
Can you tell me more about like what do you mean?
Like being more soft with myself, for being
Being
more
more what?
soft with myself.
So not being so hard on yourself.
Yeah,
So where does that come from? You think?
because sometimes I think that when I fail, I think sometimes that I'm not human. So you know,
And how? So how do you think such an interesting thing that you say? How can you work on that? I think there's probably a lot of us
maybe
that could benefit from that.
maybe just talking with myself, like I done a couple times.
Yeah.
Just
What kind of conversations do you have with yourself, and where did you learn that practice?
I don't know, just came up one time with that and talking with myself, and I just was like, okay, we have to do this and this, and like this year was. I said at the beginning of the season that I have to be, every time I'm going out there, I'm gonna go out there and leave all that I have. And one side of me was saying me like just go out there and compete, and that's what I have, in my heart. That's what I have right now.
So you think that you can find peace in that, knowing that you've left it all out there?
Yeah. Every time you see me on the mound, you just say like, no matter what happened, Jonathan give up, give all that he have. That's that's all the time gonna happen. No matter if I
Gotcha.
get beat, if I get hit, whatever. I just gonna leave all that I have over there.
Perfect. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you, sweetie.
Other questions, please, for Jonathan? Anything else? John Radigan.
Jonathan, along those lines, Woody just said he's not really asking you to be a spokesman, but he wants the other pitchers to pitch like you do out there. He feels like the way you pitch, you are a spokesman for how it's supposed to be done. A, how does that make you feel? And B, would you mind being a spokesman and telling other players sort of what it is that you do and how you do it?
Uh, feels pretty good about that, but at the same time, like you say, I'm not a pretty good big guy talking and all that. But I have some conversation with the guys, like the younger guys that are coming up. I know I'm young too, but the new guys that are coming up right now, I talk with them and trying to explain them like how's it takes to be here and all that, like how's preparation and all that to be here. Sometimes it's really quick and all that, and you cannot make really adjustments at the beginning when you came up, like that happened to me last year. So I don't want them to fail in the same step that I failed. So I was talking with Brett Martin every time. Like we like brothers. We talk every day. We call each other and all that, and we talk about that. And like it's like we said, like we wanna stick together the longer that we want, the longer that we can, and just trying to help the other guys that are coming up beside on 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 our sides, just to because sometimes when you put all the guys together that's when you win championships. That's when everybody's together. The bullpen is like, well, me that I'm in the bullpen. So like the topic that me and Brett bring is just we were champion in minor leagues. So we said if we try to put the bullpen like we were before, like how we know how to be a champion. It's in the minor leagues, but we know how it is. So we want those guys to put that mentality in their minds to be great and successful for in their careers. So that's why we talk to them and try to teach them like how other people did to us.
It's funny you mentioned that, giving everything you have every time you're out there. Mark McLemore was telling me after the show just last night, that's what he did for a 19-year career. Every single game, he feels like he left everything out there. So, do you feel like you did that in the minor leagues as well? I mean, is that what got you here as well?
I will say yes, but at the same times, sometimes in minor leagues when I was pitching good, I was in that part of myself that I was comfortable. Right now, I pitch good, I pitch bad, it's still the same. I just have to go out there and still do my job, no matter how good I pitch, no matter how bad I pitch. And Lance told me that last year, and my dad told me that a few days ago. If you prepare yourself how you want it, and you go out there and fail, and you give all that you have, just prepare yourself because you did what you want, and it's give up, give all that you have on that night.
That's great, Jonathan. Thank you.
Couple more. Jeff and Dave.
Hey, Jonathan, the season's 3 games left. We all know that. It seems like there's still a lot of you young guys who are out there working, clawing, trying to make an impression. Is that what you're seeing? Hard work and dedication, even though the season's almost over.
Yeah, they still have time to prove that they can be here. Like I did it last year and did it in summer camp this year. So uh, just I just tell the same to the guys. Like just come out here and bring positive vibes to everyone, and just every time you go out there and just go out there and compete. Sometimes you cannot control some things, but we're human sometimes and we're gonna fail. So sometimes I just tell those guys like just work, work and work on what you think that you have to work, and you're gonna be good.
Dave and Evan, how be it?
Thanks. Jonathan, going back to a little bit earlier in the conversation, just about the process you've gone through mentally trying to deal with everything this year. I was wondering about Josiah, right? He's been with you guys all year, probably playing a pretty big role. You've been around long enough now to see how he's been this year versus last year. Are guys talking to Josiah a lot? Do you guys lean on him quite a bit? How helpful has he been during this weird season?
Uh, he's a great man. He's a great people to have around, and like me personal, I don't know, about the other guys, but me personal, we talk a lot last year more, but this year, we keep texting each other, and sharing things, positive vibes to everyone. So I think he's a great man to be around. He got a big mind. He got a you know big things on his mind. So every time he talked to me, I just open my ears to listen every single thing that he said to me, because I know every time he says something, something on that he says is gonna stick with me on the field.
Yeah, yeah. Has he been more structured in his work with you guys this year, or is he simply a resource for you guys to use, like he has been in years past, or has Woody used him more regularly to address you guys to deal with some of the issues?
Uh, I will say he's more like a resource. So everybody that want, you know, that type of mentality just go to him and talk and all that. But Like I say, I don't know about the other guys, but me personally, I talk to him a lot. Every time we see each other in the hallway or whatever, we just stop and talk. You know.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, man. Great job this year.
Thank you.
Kevin Grant, no three-part questions, please.
Jonathan, Woody said that you guys had a conversation just a while ago. I don't know if it was today or yesterday or whatever. But I'm just wondering, did you express to them a desire to try and start again?
We talked about that a moment ago, and they asked me about, and I was like, right now I just feel comfortable coming out of the pen. I like the competition. I like how hard I have to be with myself to go out there and compete. So I just like that. If they ask me if I want to start right now, I will say maybe no, because it had to be a long process to come out again out of the bullpen and go out to start again. So right now I just will stick with my bullpen guys.
You come to like this role a lot.
Yeah.
But you weren't sure when they moved you to a bullpen guy that you were going to like it.
No. At the beginning, no. At the beginning, I asked questions a lot, like how I'm gonna be there, or for what, or why. But after I started understanding everything that it was doing for me on my career, I took it like another opportunity to get here.
Okay,
And
so Jonathan Hernandez, reliever, we got it.
right now, yes, I cannot say on 5 years, 3 years. I just know like from the moment right now.
We'll do this again in 3 years.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jonathan, thank you.
Thank you,
Now
guys.
conclude the pregame Zoom for today.